So everybody is focusing like yesterday. Y'all did 3.4 assignment because you did the 3.3 assignment on Monday. You should have, but it's okay. You'll have a little time after today's notes. All right. So again, 3.4. Let me remind you how to do this because you had it on your warm-up yesterday. Even if it was a video, you had the warm-up. All right. So I'm going to solve this. I need to get the bars by themselves. What is next to the bars that needs to go away first? Okay, the 3 does need to go away, but first the loner is minus 11. How do I get rid of a minus 11? Plus 11. Okay, so plus 11 here, plus 11 here. Okay, the 11s cancel out. I'm going to bring down 3, absolute value, x plus 5, absolute value, less than or equal to, what's negative 2 plus 11? 9. Okay, now are the bars by themselves? No, there's a 3 in front. Does everyone see that 3's got to go? Okay, how do I get rid of the 3 in front? Divide by 3 on the left, divide by 3 on the right. So when I divide by 3, I get absolute value of x plus 5 on the left, less than or equal to, what's 9 divided by 3? 3. Is everyone getting this? So we got rid of 2 things, and now we just have bars. I know there's stuff inside, but we got bars are less than or equal to a positive 3. Okay, so since the bars are less than or equal to a positive, we're going to end up having 2 endpoints, not these solutions, but 2 endpoints. Remember, if it ends up giving you a negative, it's either no solution or infinitely many solutions. That was on your notes from 2 days ago, and even if you were here, you got them out of that blue bin, right? Okay, now, do y'all remember from yesterday and 2 days ago on the notes you just said you did? What do I do from here? Okay, absolute value splits into 2. Like literally the absolute value looks like it splits into 2, and it does. So go ahead and tell me what 2 things it splits into. So the first one, you just drop those vertical lines. The bars go away, and so it's just going to be x plus 5 is less than or equal to 3. Okay, do you see how that's, all I did was just rewrite this without the bars. Okay, but here's the part that's tricky. Your other one, the difference is that you're going to drop the bars, but you're going to flip the inequality and change the sign of this constant. Okay, so positive, negative, or if it's negative, it would be positive. You switch it. Okay, so let's write this. I'm going to drop the bars. I got x plus 5. Now, instead of less than or equal to, I'm going to put greater than or equal to. Instead of positive 3, I'm going to put negative 3. These 2 things must change or you're not doing it right when you split it into 2. Does everyone see what I'm talking about? Inequality flipped over, positive turned to negative. Now I have my 2 inequalities and you solve each of them. Okay? Everybody who's not looking up here, I hope you know the next step. If I'm trying to get x by itself, how do I get rid of that plus 5? Minus 5 on both sides. Minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. Okay. Okay, so we got, x by itself, less than or equal to, what's 3 minus 5? Negative 2. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Okay. Over here, those cancel. What's negative 3 minus negative 5? So greater than or equal to negative 8. Okay. Now, here's the dealio. We need to put this on a number line. Your 2 numbers, you want to put them in order, least to greatest. So which number is smaller, negative 2 or negative 8? Okay. Negative 8 is smaller. Okay. So think about it. A bigger negative is a smaller number. Okay. Where's yours?
I was gonna go into, but that lady was taking so long.
She was taking so long.
But were you signed up at the same time or what?
For this?
No, you were.
Oh no, I just saw him there. He was waiting for a pass. And he just came to pass. She was taking too long.
Always get a pass.
I know.
Because, what time is it? 11? Let's say 11:04. Does that work? No, it doesn't. Can you go back after this warm-up and these notes and go get a pass maybe?
Yeah.
After this warm-up and the notes? The notes are going to be short. But you're going to stay here and do the warm-up and then do the notes and then you can go. Okay. We're not done yet. So, here we go. The smaller number is -8. Okay, so here's what you do. On your number line, go and put -8. On the other side, put -2, right? You put both those numbers. Now, who knows if the circles are going to be shaded in or not? What does this underline mean? Shaded. Okay, so go and put shaded circles at -8. Shaded circle at -2. And then, think about this. X is less than or equal to -2. So which way is it going to go from -2 if it's less than? Left or right? Left. And if it's greater than -8, it's going to go to the right. So it's between both of these points. You're going to have it nice and shaded in. Okay. While you finish writing that down, I'm going to pass out these notes. Okay.
What era are you supposed to be?
Straight out the 90s.
I am the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're born in the 90s or what?
Yeah. I'm very young. Is it? Thank you. It took me forever. I woke up at 5. And then I got done at like 6:30. So I need to wake up earlier next time.
Hey, but just to remind y'all, I know y'all weren't here, okay? But y'all know what happened in the 90s, right?
What happened in the 90s?
Well, what happened in the 90s was
You're not
the
wearing
Dallas Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
Let me see those.
Too much drip. Don't want you to slip.
Mr. G, I have more drip than you. Give me, let me see. My stuff is Holly Girl. Yours is fake. Let me see. Mr. G, just let me see.
Sorry.
Are those even real, or did you get them off eBay?
Oh man, these are $5 eBay specials. It's that like Sam Moon fake, you know, like.
Did they really win that many?
Oh yes, they did.
And what happened now?
Hey,
Like, can't even.
hey, it's okay. We're still number 1 in my heart. All
In my
right,
heart.
let's pause this for a second. Move this out the way.
Mr. G, those photos were so awkward. I swear to God, if I look like I have a lazy eye in my photo, I'm gonna literally like.
Oh.
I know one of mine had a weird.
Sir, and he made me lean like this much forward. So I was like off my chair. I was like, trying to stand back.
Oh. Okay, hey, we gotta do these notes, so let's do this. I'm gonna move this up. All right. Everyone with me. We can get this done real quick. Headphones in our ears right there. Phones in our hands. So headphones in our ears. Phones in our hands. Phones in our hands. Phones in our hands. In a minute, your headphones in your ears. I know it. All right. So here we go. I made this, by the way. So isn't this funny? Stay positive.
See the angle?
Stay positive.
Oh, because it's a positive angle.
Because absolute values are always positive. Positive. That's the joke. Thank you. All right, now, also makes you want to do this. You know, this is the absolute value sign. It's so positive. It's like, yeah, it's like a touchdown in the 90s. Okay, now, here, wait. Do this with me, and then you can go. It's going to be short and sweet. No, just do it. All right. Again, without headphones in, it's going to be short and sweet. Now, this is a reminder. How do you solve the equal sign? Hey. So, reminder is that you split it into 2. Okay? You turn it into a -5 and a +5, and you put 2 dots. Okay? Don't remember doing this? Okay, this is old. This is a review. Hey. Okay, but what if it's an inequality? This is what we did the last 2 days. That's when you split it into 2, like the warm-up. and then you can shade either between them or away from them depending on what the inequality is, okay? So this is all just review, okay? You've seen this stuff before. So here's what we're doing today. Today we're talking about if you have a word problem, can you turn it into an inequality or an equal sign for absolute value and then solve it. I'm going to show you how to do it, so just make sure you're looking up here. Step 1, read the problem. We're going to do that together. We're going to be reading our problems, okay? Identify the keywords, determine what you need to find. Step 2, write the absolute value equation or inequality. Look right here. Look, this is on your page. This is how you're going to write it. You always put absolute value x minus, and then one of the numbers they give you is going to be the perfect ideal, like right on the money. It's going to be either equals or less than, and then whatever the difference, deviation, variation, tolerance, etc. is, okay? So, step 3, once you have that written, you're going to solve it and answer the questions. So we're going to do 2 examples real quick, and then I'm going to give you an assignment. When is our test, by the way? Friday. So when you finish today's assignment, there's a review. Tomorrow, finish the review, test Friday. It's nice and sweet and short, 10 questions. So short is cool, but that means if you miss one, it counts for more. So cuts both ways, right?
Yeah.
What are you up to? You look guilty. Oh, that's so rare that I'm just not sure what to do. All right, so example 1. When designing a bowl, everyone look and read with your eyes. When designing a bowl, you decide that you are going to make the circumference of the bowl 10 inches. Like if you're an artist, I'm going to make this a 10-inch circumference, but you know that it can vary by, at most, 0.3 inches. What does vary mean? Besides V-E-R-Y, V-A-R-Y. The change, it can be a little bit more, it can be a little bit less. Basically, it can be a little fudge, too much or too little, but it'll still be pretty close, okay? So when you're doing real artistic creating things, not everything's going to be perfect. You got human error, so there's some variance there. Now, remember from the previous slide here, we are going to write our inequality like this, or sorry, our absolute value like this. You can already start drawing this. Absolute value of x, okay? Let me show you what they want you to put. So write this down here. X equals the largest circumference and the smallest circumference, okay? X can be the largest, X can be the smallest, okay? Now let's set up that equation based on what they showed us off to the left in your notes. All right, so there it is. So let me explain this to you. You always put the absolute value bar, then you put X, then you put minus, and then 10 is the ideal, right? Don't you want that bowl to be 10 inches? So that's the ideal. You put the next bar, and then it equals whatever the little number is that you want it to be above or below. So notice how it said 0.3 is how much it can vary. So it equals 0.3. So how do I say this? This is your goal, squad goals. And then this is your variance. It can vary or change by this little tiny bit. Thank you, but that's not a good one in your ear. Thank you. Now, letter B, can you solve that equation? Can you split it into 2? Okay, we've done that on 3.2. So when you split it into 2, the x minus 10, you get rid of the bars, is going to equal a positive 0.3 and a negative 0.3. Now, can you solve both of these one-step equations? How do you get rid of those minus 10s? Plus 10 plus 10. 0.3 plus 10 is not 13, right? Are you writing this down? It's 10.3. And then negative 0.3 plus 10, it's not 7, it's 9.3. 9.7, sorry. So you do the one step, and now you get your variance, your top variance and your bottom variance. Okay? That's pretty much it. Now when it says to justify the reasonableness, okay, you're going to tell them, hey, the smallest circumference it can be 9.7, the largest circumference can be 10.3. Okay, so write that down, and then we're halfway done with the notes. And then you can go do what you need to do to fix your attendance so I don't mark you absent. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, fellow student? Did you write that down? Really? Yeah, everybody's writing ABC. ABC. Okay. Some 80s, 90s, 80s. Hey, are y'all doing Adam Sandler Day tomorrow or no? Yes. Well, Jackson 5. Well, Michael Jackson. Yeah. When he
You
was.
sang that song?
Yeah. But his group with his siblings was called the Jackson 5. But then he got all famous, and then his sister, Janet, don't say the last name, just Janet. Okay, is everyone good on example 1? Is everyone good on example 1? So I can move to example 2 and you can do your 3.4 assignment faster, you know what I'm saying? Five more minutes? I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That's faster. And you can not. All right. We're moving on in a matter of 2, 1. Here we go. Example 2. You ready? Everyone, read. It says steel rods produced at a factory must be 15 inches in length with a tolerance of 0.2 inches. Okay. So what's the ideal? Is it 15 or 0.2? Like, what's the goal? That's the tolerance. That means it can. But the goal is what? 15 inches. Notice how it says the word must be. So that's kind of like, we need it to be 15, but if you like are a little bit off by 0.2, that's okay. So it says steel rods that are not within the tolerated lengths must be thrown away. Trash. All right. So letter A says write an absolute value inequality. Are you listening? Inequality means you're going to use less than sign or equal sign. Okay? So to determine the length of a steel rod X that falls within the tolerable range, write this down, please. X is going to be your rod length. Okay? Hey, write down. Write down. Go back.
Oh, there's a back.
Yeah, we already did C, but you missed it. Okay, so X is your rod length, which is 10. Sorry, that's a lie. 15. And then your tolerance, which you're going to change, is 0.2. Now, we're going to write our inequality very similar to the front side. Check it out. Absolute value X minus, and then what's the goal? What's the ideal? 15. Okay, I see a lot of people mixing these numbers up. The goal, the main thing, what you're trying to shoot for goes right here on the inside of these bars. And you're always going to put less than or equal to if it's an inequality, and then the variance, 0.2, goes on the outside. Okay.
What is it?
Does everyone understand how to get this inequality?
What are you talking about?
Now, just like the warm-up, listen. Just like the warm-up, can you make this into 2 inequalities and solve it?
Yes.
Let's try it. Okay. When I split it in 2, remember the one on the left, all you do is get rid of the bars. Okay, drop the bars. But on the right, what 2 things change? The inequality changes and the negative sign, they have to change. Very important. So the less than became a greater than, the positive 0.2 became a negative 0.2. So now that we have these 2 inequalities, we can solve them, just like the warm-up. How do I get rid of those minus 15s?
Plus 15.
You're adding, so yeah, plus 15 on both sides. So the 15s cancel out, and now I need to figure out what's 0.2 plus 15 and what's negative 0.2 plus 15. Well, so 0.2 plus 15 is 15.2. And then when it's negative, you take it away, that's 14.8. Now I'm telling you, the back of the assignment is 2 of these inequality ones. You're going to put make your own number line. Always put the smaller one on the left. Which one of these numbers is smaller?
14.
So put 14.8 on the left, 15.2 on the right. Are they going to be open or shaded in circles because it's underlined? Shaded in, less than 15.2 goes to the left, greater than 14.8 goes to the right. You're going to end up shading in between them just like that. And these endpoints are shaded in. Right? Make sure that looks shaded in because it is. So go ahead and write that down. Make that little table, number line.
You just actually have the right response though? Or you just guess that?
Okay, so again, you set it up. You solve both, you put them on the number line. Please be careful on how you set it up. The ideal is inside the absolute value lines. The variance is after the inequality. Okay, so I'm going to pass this out. This is 2 of example 1 and 2 of example 2. Okay, I'll leave it on your desk. If you didn't finish 3.4 yesterday, you can do that first. Then you can do 3.5. If you finish both of them, you have a test Friday. Does everyone see that I'm pointing? There's a review next to the turn-in bin you want to get started on, okay? Remember, you want to get a good test grade while I'm here, because when I'm not here, no guarantees, okay? I hope everything goes well for you. So again, you want to have a good test grade on Friday, so you're set up to coast, okay? You're set up to have a good rest of the 9 weeks, okay? Here we go.